Okay, I guess we're doing this again. Hi, I'm Renee Ortiz. I am here live yet again, and figured on doing my little daily painting practice, painting, drawing, etc. Art explorations that I do that I've been doing for nearly, well, just finishing my 11th year. And uh, with that, putting it on a live stream is totally new to me. So bear with me while I'm still figuring out this process and muddling through and everything else. But it's kind of a fun challenge to do this for sure. Art to me, my daily painting practice is one that relaxes me. It's one that just kind of sets the end of the day and yay, I got some art in. Because oftentimes as a working artist, you would think that I would get art in every day, and I teach, and so that it takes up a big chunk of my time, and other responsibilities that I have. So, but teaching 6 days a week makes it hard sometimes to get in the studio and get some of my own work done. And when I do, it's not always work to completion. A lot of times, it's just kind of research and like things like that. So I'm not actually painting every day. So doing this daily practice ensures that I get paint on my hands or something every day that's kind of finished or explored at least in some way. And it's a playtime. I just encourage all my students all the time to do this. Sketching every day from life, playing with your materials every day just to remember what it's like to play and not take it all so seriously and have some fun, because that's when some of the best discoveries happen. So for today, just to get into it, I went to Daiso. I don't know if you've ever been to Daiso, but Daiso is fabulous as far as art supplies go. I mean, my favorite art supply is, of course, Art Supply Warehouse, which I'm always plugging. I should be working there, but that's in Westminster. And I love that store, and they just had their big sale, and of course I went there twice during their big 1 week 25% off of everything sale. But in the same day that I went there, I didn't end up getting some markers, which I kind of wanted to, and I ended up at Daiso to get some of my kid stuff for some of the kid things I teach, and saw that they had these these illustration markers, that the alcohol based ones, and you get a little pack of 2 of these, because everything at Daiso is like $1.75. It used to always be $1.50, but anyway, $1.75 for 2 markers. So that's a pretty good deal. So I bought a couple to try them out, and then I loved them so much I went back and I got every color they had, I think, or just about. And so I read just about. I just opened up all the packages and I got them all out and looked at the colors. I haven't tried them yet, so except for the 2 initial ones I first got when I first went there. But yeah, I liked them. I'm not a marker person at all, so I'm no expert on this. I always think markers are fun, but I'm by no means like good at these things at all. I'm still trying to figure out how to put them down and how they work and everything. But that's the fun of it, when the not knowing. So it's kind of exciting. So I'm just going to test them out and then play on a couple different kinds of paper and see what happens. So, uh, hopefully something good. Hopefully something good will come of it. We'll see. I got a couple different kinds of paper. I've got the Yupa. I'm not sure if it's going to work on that or not, but it might. And then I've got my Stonehenge one. I think that might be nice for markers. Look to see if that is a marker one or not. It is. Yeah, they talk about the different ones being, this is a good drawing one. Doesn't necessarily say marker, but they have one that's specifically for markers. So that was my daily yesterday. And then I just have a piece of just plain old cardstock paper to try them out on too. So that's the first thing, getting new supplies. It's fun to just open them up and see what they do. It's got that like sort of a paintbrushy tip to it. And then it has the chiseled tip where it's like a stiffer. So cool. We'll just go through the colors and test them all. What's that? Oh, no, that's the paint from yesterday. If it doesn't go through, I'm looking to see how much it bleeds. It's interesting because the sets come in these 2 each. So I was trying to figure out, some of them come with a blender and some don't. So I've got quite a few of the blender pens. I think I'll just like do some test marks up here and then run through with a blender to see what that does. So that's the sky blue, and this one is mint blue. Let's see what that one is. Oh, that's pretty. Sky blue, mint blue. Which order to go in? We'll get the greens next. What green is this? I can't read it. It is forest green. Okay. Oh, weird. So that's not as much of a paintbrush one. That's more of a, not the chisel either, but it's a stiffer. Interesting. Okay. Maybe that's why there were 2 greens. I wonder if one has, no, they're both the same. Because, yeah, I ended up with 2 greens of the forest green. And then I have a yellow green. Again, that's the chisel one. It's not a brush one. And russet brown. It's a reddish brown. That's nice. You can see what the color is looking like on the screen. This one's a khaki. See, now that's got the brush. So the whiter. All right. And cinnamon beige. I want to be the one that gets to name colors, you know? Like, if I ever got a job working for a Crayola or something and they come up with new colors, it's fun to come up with the names. This one is a warm gray. A very warm gray. Looks more like a beige. The blender. And then there's a light gray. So a warm gray, a light gray. Ooh, if I can get the lid off of it. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. That could be super fun to dry with. Let's see. A medium gray. Dark gray. Yeah, when you have all the grays, this could be really fun and very useful if you're just doing a value study of something. Looking at, you know, getting something in just black and white and grays is just a nice way to break down something before you paint. And then the black. Black. All right, now we will get into the purples. Pastel lilac. Ooh, that's really pretty. That could even work nicely with the grays to do some portrait-y thing. That could be lovely. Light mauve. Oh, there's a chisel one. Let's see. It's pretty. Looks like wisteria. It's my favorite thing is to climb up a tree into this wisteria that we had growing over it. Dusty purple. Ooh, that's nice. I really like these. I'm so excited by these. They might be fun. And this one is blue lavender. Oh, yeah. I have no idea like how light fast they are. That'd be an interesting test just to put this in the sunshine for a while and see what happens. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. A little test thing just to see. It's good to know. Like mostly I'll probably use these to play with. Nothing I would ever, you know, sell probably, or but you never know. So that one's rose pink. A cherry pink. Ooh, that's a beautiful shade. Imagine I could make peonies with that. Those two. Dropping them. There's so many. Oh, there's another pink. A powder pink. Oh, that's hardly anything there. You can see it. But it's pretty. It's really delicate. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have fun with these. Vermilion. Oof. Sort of like an orangey red. It's interesting because they didn't have like just straight red or anything. I bet every color they had. Pale orange. Oh, that's nice. Chrome yellow, which looks like orange to me, but let's see. Oh, yeah. Like yellow orange. I love that. Huh. Saffron yellow. Ooh, that's a really beautiful yellow. Huh. And lemon yellow. And that will be it for the colors. So that's all my colors. Next, you get to see what they do with the blender. So the blender is basically, this is alcohol based. The blender helps to kind of dilute that a little bit. And so in doing it, like let's try on the black first, because hopefully it'll be most obvious on that. Yeah. As I run that across, you can see how it's sort of taking the color out now of that. If I had two colors next to each other, I'm trying to blend an edge or something like that. That's what the blender would be for. But yeah, I don't know if how it affects the rest of these, but I'm just going to run lines through them and see. Let's go the line all the way across. See what it does. Yeah, if you kind of scrub on it, it takes out more of it, but lightens it. So it doesn't really change the color, it just lightens the color. And so like if you put probably two colors next to each other, I'd be able to blend the two together. Let's find out. Get some of that pink. And if I put it next to some of this purple. So yeah, blue, lavender, and cherry pink. And then work with the blender back and forth. Huh. Fun. All right. Well, now that I know what they do here, and I kind of got an idea of all the colors that we'll get, I'm going to see, first of all, because I'm curious about the UPO, if these work on UPO or not. UPO, if you don't know, it's like a plasticky paper. It's translucent, so I don't know if this is something I did pastel and trying all kinds of mixed stuff on that. But as you can see, like if I put my hand behind it, you can see it. It's a plastic vellum kind of thing. So when you paint on it, it beads up and eventually dries. And let me just get a whole piece out and put it there. It says some stuff on it though, which is good because I don't care so much about it. All right. We'll find out if the color works on it. These lids are super tight. So yeah, that's going to work on this. It's not going to move anywhere, I don't think. Oh gosh. Yeah, this is really neat on this. Let's see what the blender does on the UPO. Blender, right? Yeah. Oh, the blender cuts right through it on UPO because of the surface. That's really neat. There's no scrubbing of it. It just immediately takes it out. Super neat. Okay. So, I'm going to try to make something. As we're here. Okay. what to make. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And I just, oh, I don't know. All right, well, I've got some color on there already. I might as well just play and see what happens. This is the pale orange. Sometimes I just go to portraiture. Let's just get some shapes on here and see. It could be that, or I could just do some abstract shapes. That's going to end up being a collar or something. I'll work something into this. I don't know. We'll play. We'll see. The cinnamon beige. I should keep better track of these things. I think that was that one there. But let's just see. Oh, interesting. You might have to like go bigger on this. It's feeling very tiny. All right, well, now that I've kind of practiced, let's make it a real sheet. That'll be my practice sheet. This is one thing that is my painting students today. We're going to be working in a series next week. And one of the ideas I was giving them is that like have 2 or 3 going at the time. Then you have one safe one and one sort of experimental one, right? You could be working on several at a time. Yeah, I never did see how it goes on this, but I'm more intrigued by the Yupo tonight. So I'll just go for this. My daily paintings, I try not to overthink them. I just go for it and just see what happens and just do it. So we'll do that. I think I would just have some fun. Get all right. The warm gray was. Let's see if I can get that behind the eye socket kind of idea. Dark enough form, but maybe. It's the other thing. I want to see how they layer as well, because got a little bit more color to it. Still not much. And khaki. What was the khaki? All right, that looked more yellow. Could be interesting. Some highlights there. Sort of. It's always fun and scary, and like not knowing all of that part is just like the good part of all of this. So if you are watching this and you're a marker person, feel free to drop in and give me some tips. Because I'm definitely not, but at the same time, it's like I tell people, like, art is so much more than, it's so fun when you're trying to try a new material and you don't know what it's going to do. And that's like part of the process of art is sometimes better than, the finished product doesn't matter so much, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It really doesn't. I can, I think it's going to be fun to just put some different colors on here. And it's good for behind that. Let's see. The portrait is perfect for trying out all these colors and seeing what they do. Which one was this? This was the rose pink. I forget how bright the rose in this. But I feel like a little pink would be a nice thing somewhere. In here. Maybe it's going to be a hairband of some sort. Oh, I'm having a good time. What is that doing? Oh, okay, I'm getting the shadow from the cord of that. It's like, where? There we go. All right, let's see what else we can do to her. She looks kind of, I like that it's this translucent stuff because it, you can see through it and has sort of a disappearing woman thing, which that, if anybody knows my work, I do invisible women for my serious stuff. And I'm always trying to find ways to cause the woman to not go away, but, just sort of blend in or disappear. So I like the idea of the vellum. All right, let's see. What other color can I explore for this? Feel like, look at my little, like a blue background could be fun. Maybe in a patterned way or something. My students today just amazed me with some of the stuff they were making. And oh my gosh. So the ones at Saddleback. And the patterning and the mark making today, I was like truly inspired by so much of it. It makes me want to go and do something fun too. We had midterm critiques, so I got to see a lot of really fabulous art. And a lot of brave students coming forward with it for critique time. Critique's not an easy thing, so I definitely appreciated how it went. I'm trying to decide. I kind of like the vacantness of the eyes. Like, do I keep adding more onto it? This is where it helps to have two. You have like I said, one that you're taking chances on and one that's a safe one. So if I was saying to do practice what I preach, then that's what I would have done, but I didn't now. And I didn't want this to go on too late because I'm going to the museum tomorrow. So I want to make sure I'm well prepared for that. I'm going to go ahead in and just do something more in the eye area and define it because why not? Ooh, I'm almost wishing I didn't. Oh well. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And like I said, these are practicey things. These are things to find out what the markers are doing. So if I don't try it, I won't know. Yeah, super dark. So now this will be a fun time to try. First of all, I'm going to go over with some dusty purple or something. Get something so those whites of the eyes aren't so white. And let's see what happens if... Oh, yeah, because I was wondering if this would act sort of like a blender as well. It's good to know it does. Oh, look at the way it drips on there. That's cool. I'm going to see what... Oh, this is fun now. I'm having a good time. what the blender does. Let's see, where did the blender go? Ah, it's the white one. Let's see. I love those, how it's sort of cauliflowering out. You know, that's what in watercolor you get those where it's pushing out, and so all the pigment's going to the edges, and it's making these really neat designs in it that you didn't, you know, put on purpose. Yeah, super fun. Get a little bit of that, maybe the dark gray. So it's not quite as black as the eyes, but a little bit darker here for the nose. Perhaps. Ooh, little much. Little much. Ooh. Flying markers. Yeah. Nice that you can just go back in and soften stuff, change it around. Okay. That's too orange. I'm going to treat both sides the same. That way when I take it away, if it leaves the residue, it'll be the same. The method to my madness. I put something on I don't like especially. I don't know. It's not like it's horrible, but it looks kind of like I'm making a clam instead. That's a little better. Okay. Let's glue that down. But markers everywhere. Markers everywhere. Let's see. It's really weird how it's just kind of taking over and kind of melting and evolving and turning into different things. And then we start to lose some of that I liked. I'm losing because it's kind of doing other things, but that's kind of okay too. You just sort of, I guess, just go with it. Where was that? Was that yeah? That wasn't yellow that I started with. Was it? Maybe. Let's try the saffron yellow and just see if we can get some of that back. Yeah, maybe you can reclaim it, right? A little bit. Then that we lost like the nostril part, like the shadow, leaked up into it. So that might be too harsh. That we'll go for it. That's the black again. We'll go with a little bit more again. Get the nose back. Yeah, it's very dark. Let's see. Where I want it to go dark is the corners of the mouth. I like the corners going dark. ever watch you watch tutorials, not that this is not a tutorial, but you watch, those kind of things where people are painting, might even be in one of those quick ones where it's all sped up, but you're seeing their process and you're seeing them add on and add on and add on things. And you say, no, do you ever yell at the screen like that? I do sometimes. I'm like, no, it was so perfect before. What did you do? So I always think about that when I go to do some of these things. I think, oh gosh, is there anybody out there just like saying, you blowed it. You really wrecked it. But that's all right. I was just telling people about silencing that inner critic and just going for it and having fun. It's not an easy thing to do sometimes. Okay. It's looking like purple here, but when I'm looking at the screen that you guys are seeing, it looks more blue. I like that that's lavender, more lavender. See if I hold it up, if it looks different, maybe. Kind of liking this. I don't know if I'm gonna put more hair behind her, like develop that head shape a little bit more, but maybe not. Maybe sometimes less is more. If I did, what color would it be? Of course, that's a chance to introduce another color, but right now I've got sort of a primary color palette in a way, because you got this sort of yellow, pink, and blue rather than yellow, red, and blue. But they're all sort of pastel-y. So that's working. If I brought another like brown hair or something realistic, then that wouldn't look right. But if I want her to have hair coming down here, I could, but what color? Or should I continue with the pink and she has pink hair? Or maybe, but she's got pink clothing, so that might be. It's all these decisions all the time. What to do. It's not like she has to have hair. Well, I don't know. It's a time when I usually will, like, if I don't know, then it's probably best just to stop. Even though I always tell people, just push through anyway. Take a picture like you like it and push through. And if it ends up getting wrecked, at least you have a picture of it at some point when it looked good or when you were happy with it. So that's one way to look at it. Definitely do that. So with this, I feel like I want to play with putting different things behind it. Like what happens if she was on a sunset, for example, having some of that color behind. Kind of interesting. Yeah. If I have any other, oh yeah, I'll grab the one from the other day with all those bright colors. What happens if I put her behind the flowers we did the other day? If you see it through it, you can. Yeah, I guess you can on there too. Yeah, it's kind of neat to be able to play with it in different ways that way. I like experimenting with things like this. I did a whole series where I would just photograph translucent drawings with lots of different backgrounds and seeing what effects I got. And it was really very satisfying. Yeah, that is really neat. I like being able to do that. I think I might just leave it as it is. Maybe I'd layer that on top of that. And I've got something new. Still, I could do some hair. Decisions. Almost like the way that leaf is coming out of there. It's like I almost want to have leaves and flowers and things coming out of her hair. And that could be interesting. Ooh, why not? I'll go a little bit longer. How late is it? Okay, I was going to just do this one for a half hour, but I'll go a little longer. Because I think just adding some flowers would be nice. And I want to try out that green anyway. So let's just see. Oh, that's a very light green. Will it go over the stripes right or not? Let's get the darker green, see what that one does. The cherry pink. You know, something in me was wanting to do that peony when I first saw those pinks. Let's see if I can get anything resembling. It's getting big and out of hand. Oh, goodness. All right. Oh, the rose pink. Better than that orangey. Let's see. Yeah, we shall see. I wish the tips on these were more consistent that I need. I mean, you know, when you look at it that it's a stiffer whatever, but before you open it, if you don't look, and you're sort of expecting you get in the mode of that one that's brush like, and then you get this kind that's not. I think that's getting to be a little, it's like bleeding into itself a little bit. Oh well. Certainly interesting. Certainly a fun experiment. I'm having a good time. And if you're watching, or if you watch this later, I hope you're having fun. And really just to say it again, my idea of these things is for you to either just like get out whatever supplies you have and play at the same time. You don't draw the same thing by any means. Just play and use the time to draw, and then you're not, you know, if you're by yourself, you're not by yourself maybe too. So that's kind of a nice thing. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these work on a regular paper too, if they layer on better. They're certainly not going to bleed that way because regular paper is going to handle it differently. Darn, I just dropped them on my pants. Hopefully they come out. I don't know if they do. All right. One more thing. There's always one more thing. Okay. Well. Oh no. Yes, I'll bring some pink to her lips, and then I will be done. Like there's a little bit there, but I feel like I could put a little bit more. Maybe just a bit more of an ear. All right. I think I am going to call it. I'm going to look at it underneath those flowers again because it's still really liking that idea. I added the other stuff to it. Let me lift that. that up a bit, the whole thing. Yeah, I will just try it on basic white. It's fun. Okay. And the last thing I do at the end of my evening is take a photo and then ready to pop it on social media just to have that part done. And there we go. And that's it. So hopefully, if you watched, thank you for staying through to the end and bearing with me as I'm figuring out this whole live stream thing. I'm having fun, and it's just kind of a nice thing to be out here doing this with people instead of just, I don't know, on my couch in front of my TV and with my cat. Well, my cat's still joining us. She's here. But yeah, it's nice to try this out and see. I don't know how long I'm going to do it because honestly, I like being, cozy on my couch and with my cat and drawing and stuff. So, but we'll see. I'll try it for a while because, why not, right? And I'm hoping I inspire you just to get out some toys and play along. Grab a box of crayons, get a pencil, anything you have, and just try it because, anybody can do this. It's just a matter of making yourself do it, looking at things and putting it down and having fun and remembering what it was like to be in kindergarten. I think that's the best thing about teaching both sides of the spectrum. I teach, of the continuum or whatever. I teach the little guys, the first graders, and I teach at Saddleback College. And so I've got both extremes, and it's great because the little ones could care that they don't care what other people think. They just do it. And the older ones are to the point where they don't care what people think. They just do it. It's the ones in the middle. So if you're in the middle, somewhere in whatever, middle school, high school, and even into your 20s and 30s, don't worry what people think. Just have fun and play. Okay? Have a good time, and thank you for joining me, and good night. And I'll find the button. I'm getting good at this.